Today we have a startup showcase. We have 3 startups we work with at Founders Institute. We're gonna start with Shola Fatoba, BloomBuddy. Shola, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, can I go ahead and share my slide?
Yes.
Okay. Do that real quick. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Shola Fatoba. I'm the CEO and founder of BloomBuddy, and BloomBuddy is a complete remote healthcare ecosystem that's supporting children with autism. So I'm going to be talking today about what we do and what we're trying to solve. So what exactly are we solving at BloomBuddy? So 1 in 100 children globally are affected by autism. And in Africa, there's a prevalence of about 16 million children. Additionally, autism is usually underdiagnosed due to a lack of awareness and stigma around the condition. So it's rarely reported in clinical and educational records. And care and intervention is mostly accessible to the rich, and it's usually done through private schools. So generally, there's a lack of access to healthcare specialists, and there's a large disparity in Africa with 1 doctor for every 5,000 patients. So this creates long wait lines, late diagnosis, late intervention, and high treatment costs. In our pilot market, Nigeria, there's a 90% treatment gap for mental health, with only 250 psychiatrists in the country of over 200 million people. So just to point out that psychiatrists are one of 5 key specialists qualified to diagnose autism. So what is our solution exactly? So we are providing quicker access to healthcare specialists across borders. We're providing quicker diagnosis using behavioral capture technology. We're creating access to alternative treatments using parent training video therapies made by board certified specialists, all in one mobile application. So our solution is leveraging on emerging studies that are showing up to 90% reliability and accuracy of diagnosing autism remotely when compared to in-person diagnostics. And where's the opportunity for this? There's a big opportunity in our pilot market. Africa, particularly in this segment, the behavioral therapy market is forecasted at about $187 billion, and Africa takes about 39 billion in that market share. Our total addressable market is about 50% of that global market share between the US, United Kingdom, and Africa. Our pilot market we chose as Nigeria because it has the highest birth cohort in Africa and has a 10-year spending of almost $11 billion on healthcare, travel, tourism in the past 10 years. Our revenue model is pretty transparent and scalable. So we're running a freemium model to push for early adoption and awareness using an autism screening tool. We will also take a commission on every telehealth service booked on our app. And we're also providing tiered subscription for membership and a pay-per-view model for our video therapy services. How do we stack up against our competition? So we have first movers advantage in Africa with no health tech solution, taking a 360 approach focused on autism in Africa. So unlike our global competitors, we're 100% virtual, which means that we're cutting out the excess costs of medical and operational costs. Price and ease of payment is a key strategy for us to reach the missing middle and the unbanked population in Africa and globally. So we are tackling this by integrating mobile money payment services because in particular, Africa aggregates 45% of the world's mobile money accounts, which exceeds over $500 million. So we're creating a free market as well where price can be determined by the customer by volume. So our business model is B2B and B2G, that's business to government. Our key strategy is we're going to be selling directly to health insurance aggregators to access their network of hospitals. Our go-to-market strategy is building adoption through product pilots with these hospitals. And we're also building awareness through early screening partnerships with health centers and schools. And we're going to try to sustain this with early screenings at vaccination clinics through the parent training videos. In terms of traction, we closed several agreements. We have 3 key partnerships that we are hoping to pilot with in the next few months. So we've closed a partnership to become the main autism screening partner for one of the largest neonatal hospital clinics in sub-Saharan Africa with a birth rate of about 3,000 babies a year. We have an agreement to pilot the app with the largest adolescent mental health hospital in Lagos, Nigeria. And we've also received the first license for Africa to host the MChat screening tool, which is the modified checklist for autism in toddlers. So this tool is able to screen children between 18 and 30. So we get them in the early years to be able to begin intervention much sooner than later. So our team is positioned to deliver this solution. I have experience delivering healthcare solutions to marginalized markets for a global pharmaceutical company. I'm also a trained autism behavior therapist, and I'm the mother of 2 autistic children. So I know the pain point of the customer, and I also understand it from a service delivery angle. My chief technology officer is an experienced tech UX UI architect. She introduced herself earlier in the audience. Our legal advisor is a tech expert on digital and data regulations and with a lot of global experience. And we also have an autism board certified behavior analyst who is certified by the US Boards of Behavior Therapy. So we are looking for an initial angel round investment opportunity of about $500,000 for a 2-year finance period. And our goal is to use this to cover our tech stack to bring our minimum viable product to market, to cover our go-to-market costs, regulatory and legal fees, and ultimately to be able to reach 100,000 transactions and be profitable by 17 months. So thank you for listening. I'm open to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Thank you, Shola. This was really excellent. Thank you. So I didn't get to introduce you, but I think you did a good job talking about yourself. A lot of experience in healthcare communication and passion for building equity to transform the healthcare. This is amazing. Thank you. So the program will go like this. We'll have 5 minutes for questions, if anybody has any questions for Shola, and then we'll move on to Charles, the next startup presentation. So any questions for Shola? Jasmine?
Hello. That was a wonderful presentation. I just had a quick question. So I was wondering how exactly you would help with the initial screening or diagnosis of autism. I know that MChat was mentioned, but as it is intended for babies of 18 to 30 months of age, I was wondering how you diagnose patients over 30 months of age.
So the MChat tool is our, the objective of that is to raise awareness and to get more children screened so they can get early intervention between 18 and 30. And obviously after 30, the MChat tool is not, recommended for screening. For diagnosis, we have the diagnostic window where we would have a collaborative window where the parents are able to work together with the specialists, depending on if it's a psychiatrist or if it's a behavior analyst or speech therapist. They all use different methodologies for diagnostics, but we would use behavioral imaging where certain instructions are given to the parents. The parent has to carry it out with the child in the child's natural environment. If you know anything about autism, most children don't behave the same way. Even regular atypical children don't behave the same way in different environments, but the best place to diagnose them is in their natural environment. So what we're trying to do is facilitate that and also get the parents to be more involved in that process. And so the parents carry out the diagnosis together with the specialist, they record it and they send it through a file transfer protocol where it's received on the end of the doctor, they review it and they write the diagnosis from what is observed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Hi, this is Ola from Houston. I don't really have any question. I just have more of a just compliment. It seems like a very practical and much needed tool, not just for sub-Saharan Africa, but I can see potential use even here in the West for disenfranchised communities as well. So I'm very excited to see how this, no pun intended, how it blooms or blossoms into an actual product that the world and not just Africa can leverage.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finn, do you want to unmute and make your comment, or you want me to read it from chat? Shola, you can see it in the chat. Fantastic presentation, absolutely inspiring and viable solution. Looking forward to seeing you, seeing how it evolves and solves such a pressing need on the continent. So yeah, more comments in the chat. Thank you, Shola.